Hello, senor and senoritas. It's kind of a little bit weird, don't you think? Anyways, I'm going to show you guys how to fill your T-Slim insulin pump T-Lock. I got a T-Lock. It's a new update thing. First off, I'm on it's called a Dexcom, which I do have. I place it on my abdomen, my stomach area. First off, I need to check my blood to calibrate that number because it's reading that it's at 400 right now, and I do not think that is correct. So I'm going to go ahead and check it, and I'll show you how to do that as well. If you guys do have the T-Slim insulin pump, I highly suggest that you guys get a case for it in case it does break, because my pump broke, like it cracked, like webbed all over the place. It was insane. So I highly suggest you guys go to Amazon.com and get yourself a insulin pump. Anyways, I have what's called a one-touch Vario meter that comes with the finger prick, and obviously you guys get test strips from your prescription shops or wherever you guys get them. But anyways, we're just going to open the test strip packet. And you guys want to put it in this way. So I will take this, well, I can't take it out. So where this is at, you want to take the gray part of your strip right here and just slide it in, and then it will turn on. And then it will tell you to test your blood and stuff like that. And I highly suggest you guys change the needles in here about once a week, which I change them every day, so don't listen to me. Or you guys can change them like every day or once a week. It's just for infection caution use. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull back, like pull it down like that, and just pick a finger, like a pinky or something. You want to do it on the side because you'll get more blood that way. And then you'll click this thing right here after you pull this down. So you pull it down and press this when it's on your finger. Let's see, you get a little blood out. Okay. And on this test strip, you see the strip right here is that you'll test your blood that way. Obviously, it's not enough, so I have to grab another strip and redo it again. Which I do have a terrible time with that because and I have to prick it again. So I'm going to do it on the side of the pinky. There. It's enough blood, don't you think? And just put it on the strip. So it will look like that, and it will count down from 5 and tell your blood number. So I'm at 349. So you can take your strip out and toss it in the garbage or disposable box or whatever you have in your house. I don't know why, but I usually put my test strips. I have a habit of putting my test strips in my test kit, which I need to clean out. So since that is done, I'll tell you guys how to calibrate it inside your guys' insulin pump. Once I close this up. Okay. So here's my insulin pump. You're going to turn it on. And do the 1, 2, 3 unlock button. And it will notify you that you need to check your blood. You need to calibrate it. So you're going to hit close. And then you're going to go down to options. And go to CGM. And calibrate CGM. And you're typing the number you had. So 346 was my number. 346 or 349, I don't know. And you're going to press done, and it will ask you to confirm the calibration. You're going to press yes. Calibration accepted with a green check mark, and mine says I can't take any more insulin because of my IOB. IOB is your insulin on board. I have to type it in again because it didn't calibrate it like it was supposed to. Anyways, I'll calibrate it later. Your insulin on board lets you take the insulin that you need. So if you type in 300 and then 2 minutes after 300 again, it will not let you take insulin, which is a big thing for me because when I'm not feeling good, it gives me really bad anxiety and I just want to feel better at that point. So I'll constantly type it in until I get the insulin. Nothing you can really do about it. So it's been raining all day and it's turning to be sunny out, which is awesome. I love it. Anyways, so let's get down to how to change your pump out. Okay. So I wear it on the side, my lower back, where my patch is at. So what you want to do is you want to take that off. See, mine is connected to my lower back. So you want to take that off. However, you can take it off. Mine's kind of difficult because I don't have nails. Okay. So I took that off. And now what you want to do is you can either grab a penny or something, but I suggest you guys not to do this, what I do. But I highly suggest you guys grab like a penny, and this slot right here, you slide up. But I just do it like that. I don't highly suggest doing it because I've had times where the tubing came out of the cartridge, and I was not able to get the cartridge out unless I had a penny or something. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to grab your two utensil thingies. You're going to grab your syringe and your needle. You're going to unwrap them both. And make sure you have an alcohol swab for use for this. Not for this part particularly, but you'll need it later on. So what you'll do is you'll take it out and you'll screw it on to your syringe. Make sure it's on tightly. And then you're going to take your cartridge. You're going to unwrap that. That's what the cartridge looks like. Okay. And you're going to take your vial, your insulin. I'm on Humalog. So I have a vial. And you're going to take your insulin and take your syringe with your needle. And you're going to take the cap off. But be careful because there is a needle in there. I poked myself a couple times. And what you're going to do, I do 2.5. So you're going to pull it down till I get to my 2.5. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your vial and punch it in the hole up here. And then you're going to push air into it first. So, and then you're going to tip it over and let it go until you get the 200. Make sure you don't have any bubbles up there. I personally push the bubbles up back into the vial. And you can help it out by just pressing down on it till you get to your 2.5. It takes a while. It's kind of hard to do it with one person, but I've learned how to do it by myself. Now that we're at the 2.5, you want to take your vial and take it out. And you kind of want to flick the bubbles upward and then press them out. There we go. So now there's no bubbles in there. You do not want any bubbles in your insulin pump tubing. Otherwise, it will go through your pump and you will not get the insulin that you will need. Okay. Next thing is your cartridge. You will need your alcohol swabs for this, but since I don't have any, I won't use them today. So since this thing is in the way, I kind of just like pull it back like that. And then this white part right here is what you will push the insulin into. So you're going to put it into this white part right here. I have to do it again. There we go. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your syringe and pull upward until you see a bubble. And then you're going to press it back into the pump. It's not a large enough bubble to where it's going to mess your blood sugars up. And then you pull it out. The bubble will stay in the syringe that you have in your hand. Okay? Next thing you're going to do is put the cap back onto the syringe in case you do poke yourself. And untwist it. If I can get it untwist. I think I twisted it too hard. There we go. And put it in and toss it away or put it back in your... I personally put it in my cartridge packet and then I toss everything away. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your T-Slim insulin pump in your cartridge and it will go in this way. So you're going to slide it in and you'll hear a click. I heard that click. So that means it's locked in, it's safe in the spot that it should be in. Okay? Next thing you're going to do is you turn your insulin pump on and unlock it by doing the 1, 2, 3. You're going to go to options. And where the arrow's at, you want to go down until you see the word load. And I have to do it again because it turned off on me. So there's the word load. You're going to go to change cartridge. And it's asking, in order to change your cartridge, all insulin deliveries, including basal and any active bolus or temp rate, will be stopped. And it's asking, do you want to continue? You press yes. And then it'll have an X saying all insulin deliveries stopped. And then it will tell you the steps. Disconnect your fusion from your body. So you did that. So you want to press yes. And now it's saying repairing for your cartridge. So you have the cartridge in there. And there's a blue unlock button on the top corner. You want to press that. And then it says press next to continue. So you're going to press next. And now it's saying detecting cartridge, which should go up to 100%. And if it does not go up to 100% and it's stuck on like 50 for about an hour, I would suggest you to call T-Slim insulin pump support line, because that's happened to me before. So mine went to 100% and it cartridge changed, it says. So now we are going to fill the tubing with insulin. And what you're going to do is you're going to press, I don't know why I'm doing that. You're going to press next. And then the top will say fill tubing. And you don't want to press anything until you get your tubing ready and set to go. So we're going to do that. You're going to unwrap it. It looks exactly like this. It's just a round, circular cylinder type of thing. So you want to unwrap And I suggest you take the bottom off after the wrapping so you don't forget. And then you take the top off. And you'll see a blue thing here. You want to take that off first. And you're going to unwrap this tubing, which you want to push down on it and go around. You'll hear a click when it's ready to unwind itself. They tell you not to unwind it like from here, because otherwise it will get stuck and you will not be able to do anything with it. And then there's that little thing, I don't know if you guys can see that, a little thing right here. You want to push all the way in there. You want to put your tubing in there. And next, you want to take your tubing, and with your pump, there's a thing right here. You want to twist your insulin pump into that. So twist it until you can no longer twist it at all. Okay? And make sure the tubing is stuck in here, because mine doesn't do it all the time, but make sure it's settled in that spot. Okay? And you want to go to fill tubing, and there's a start button. Mine's going to be loud. And you want to see at least 1 to 3 drops, and then you're going to press stop on your insulin pump. So we'll wait for those 1 to 3 drops to come. Mine usually takes 15 units for it to come, but longer tubings, it will take longer for it to see those drops. So we will wait for those. And in the meantime, you can throw your insulin pump stuff away. The stuff you took off and your syringes and everything else you can throw away in the meantime until you sit down and see these drops come. Oh yeah, in the comment box below, I want you to tell me, when were you diagnosed with diabetes? Because now I'm interested. I've met people that have been diagnosed on their birthdays. I've been to diabetic camp, and they are. So you see the drops, and you want to press stop on your pump. And what you're going to do, I stopped in mid-sentence, I'll tell you after. You want to unwrap this. I'm trying not to poke myself here. And you want to just unwrap that piece of paper on top. And make sure when it says detecting insulin that it gets to 100%. And once it says fill or done, you want to press done. And there'll be another check mark. You want to press on that last check mark. Press next. And it will say fill cannula. You want to say start. And it will say starting fill. But what I was saying was that I've met people from camp that were diagnosed on their birthday. There was more people than people that were not diagnosed on their birthday. It was crazy. After that, once all the green check marks are there, you want to press done and resume your insulin pump, and it will show you a raindrop. Okay? Once you do that, you want to, this thing back here, you want to pull back until you hear a click. Whoops, that wasn't it. There, just like that. And what I personally do is that I hold this part because it does get in the way of the needle. So what I do is I hold it just like that. And I'm going to place it, and when you put it on your skin, there are indents on both sides. You want to hold your fingers on that and just squeeze them until it pops. Okay. I am not done with my video yet. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. That one kind of hurt a little bit. So that is how you fill your tubing and check your blood sugars. And I hope you guys have a great, what day is it today? Have a great Wednesday. Didn't know what day it was. All right, I'll see you chicas later. Have a good day.